Hello, my name is Sammy, and I'm a study abroad peer advisor at Mines. I'm a current Mines senior studying chemical engineering, and I spent a semester abroad in Aberdeen, Scotland, and since then I've been working to help get other Mines students abroad. Welcome to the Mines Study Abroad Getting Started presentation, which will go over information and instructions about the process involved in planning and applying to study abroad as a Mines student. First, I'll give an overview of the steps and timelines necessary to plan study abroad. Then I'll cover the different program types and their costs, what goes into the application process, and how courses are approved to transfer back to Mines. The first step to plan your study abroad is to explore your options and determine where you want to go. That not only includes location, but also what you want to get out of your experience. How long, what type of program, how immersive, and what type of classes do I want to take are all important questions to ask yourself. Once you find a program or two that you think may be a good fit, you'll need to compare their program offerings to the courses you need to stay on track at Mines. These can include essential core courses as well as electives, humanities, and language classes. We have a database of courses which have been pre-approved to transfer from our partner programs. For the classes you want to take that aren't pre-approved, we have a prior approval process for faculty to approve or deny classes in advance, so you know that you'll get Mines credit once you return as long as you pass the class abroad. After finalizing your program choice, and once you're sure you will be able to get the credit that you need, you apply to study abroad as a Mines student, and once you're accepted by Mines, there's generally an application to the host program as well. Lastly is preparation for your time abroad, including applying for a visa, finding housing, and purchasing flights. Even when you first arrive at Mines, there are opportunities to start exploring your options and planning. We host information sessions specifically for first-year students to introduce our office staff, the process of studying abroad, and to allow for questions. Every fall, we also host a study abroad fair, which is an opportunity to see and explore Mines partner programs and to meet with past study abroad students and representatives from many programs. At any point in your Mines career, you can come to the drop-in advising hours of the office, which is highly encouraged, especially once you're preparing to apply. One semester prior to when you plan on going abroad, whether it's for a summer or during the academic year, the Mines application will open and students will be required to complete their course approvals, pay their study abroad fee, and attend pre-departure orientation. Before departing for their program, students will need to complete the visa process for their host country, purchase their flights, and secure housing through their host program. There are three main program types for study abroad, and probably the most well-known is the partner university. Mines has dozens of international universities that we're partnered with, which allow our students to enroll there for study abroad. Studying abroad at a partner university provides a fairly immersive experience, as the students are able to integrate into the university's community, live with other local or international students, and join university clubs and activities. Another program type is through third-party program providers. Providers are companies which plan and host many study abroad programs, both independently and through their own partnerships with universities. Providers also offer many options for both summers and semesters. Provider programs are more all-inclusive than simply enrolling at a university. They often offer housing, excursions, and other amenities included in their price. Providers often send students as a group, so you'd likely get to know many other American students as well as locals and other international students. There are also faculty-led programs run by Mines professors. Faculty-led programs are trips or full classes led and taught by a Mines professor, usually during spring break or summer. For example, the past 2 summers, a 6 week thermodynamics course, applicable to most majors, has been taught by Mines faculty in Paris. On these programs, students travel with a group of other Mines students and take the exact same class that they would at Mines. The schedule can be intense, but still allows for free time to explore your host city and country. One of the biggest concerns about study abroad is the cost, but it doesn't have to be more expensive than Mines. Exchange programs, including many of Mines partner universities, are schools that also send their own students to study abroad at Mines. When studying on an exchange program, Mines students pay normal tuition and all financial aid applies. The main difference in cost for the student is housing abroad and travel expenses, but oftentimes the cost of living abroad is cheaper than living in Golden. Direct enroll programs include some partner universities and all program providers. Students on direct enroll programs pay directly to their host program for tuition, and financial aid from Mines applies on a case-by-case basis, depending on the difference in cost relative to a normal semester at Mines for the student. The tuition at most international universities is comparable or less expensive than in-state Mines tuition. The fee for a program provider is often more expensive, but also includes housing, excursions, and other amenities. The main things to consider when choosing your program are location, timing, course planning, and your goals. Different locations will provide different opportunities to meet goals for cultural and language immersion, ease of travel, and climate. It's important to consider your goals with respect to location. If you want to learn a language, be able to travel to a new country each weekend, or visit the beach, those are factors into the program that you choose. Timing and course planning go hand in hand because a student needs to determine which term they want to go, and based on that, what courses are essential for them to take abroad to stay on track to graduate from Mines. Not all programs offer classes that are compatible with all majors at Mines, so students need to consider what majors and courses are offered by a university before committing to it. All students have to apply through Mines via our Study Abroad application portal. It's not competitive like applying to college, but the purpose of the application is to make sure that you're able to get credit towards your Mines degree, and that you'll be a good representative both of Mines and of the US during your time abroad. There are four main components to the application. The first is your passport and personal information to make sure that you're prepared to travel internationally. The second is a recommendation from a Mines faculty, professor, coach, or mentor to get an idea of your character from someone who knows you well. Students are also required to submit a short personal statement to demonstrate their reasoning and goals for why they want to study abroad. The faculty recommendation and personal statement application components are only required for applicants planning to study abroad for a full semester or academic year, and are not required for applications to summer programs. Last is an application fee you pay once you submit your application, which goes towards the events and pre-departure orientation for study abroad students. This fee is non-refundable, but your application can be transferred to a different program without charging a second fee. Course approval is one of the most important steps in the study abroad process. When starting out, it's necessary to be familiar with your major's flowchart, understand the course progression, and determine the classes which are essential to take in a specific term. Once you know what courses are essential and what flexibility you have, you can research to find courses offered abroad that correspond with what you need. A good place to start is to check the Mines pre-approved course list, which includes courses taken abroad by Mines students in the past few years. It's necessary to complete a prior approval form and list all of the classes you're considering taking abroad. When you turn in the form, along with a course description or syllabus from the host university, faculty will be contacted to determine if the course is approved or not. As long as your classes are approved and you receive the equivalent of a C or better at your host university, the credit will transfer back to Mines and count as a pass-fail towards your degree. Lastly, we have some FAQs of the study abroad planning and application process. First, how do I transfer credit to Mines? As we talked about, all courses are approved before you leave for study abroad. Once a course is approved, it will transfer back to Mines as long as you pass the class at your host university. If plans change once you're abroad, you can submit a new form to get approval for different classes. We encourage students to include backups on their original prior approval forms just in case. Will credits count towards my GPA? No. Credits will only transfer if you pass the course abroad, so failed classes will not appear in your Mines transcript. Transferred classes only show up as a pass and do not affect your Mines GPA. Keep in mind though, if you plan to apply to graduate school, they will likely request an official transcript directly from your host university. Should I apply to multiple programs? We discourage students from starting multiple applications. The application process is not competitive, so we recommend only applying to your top choice. Some circumstances allow us to transfer your application to a different program if necessary. So that's all the information we have for you in this presentation, and thank you for staying tuned. You can find more detailed information and FAQs on our website, along with a link to the application portal. We encourage you to contact us with any questions and to follow our Instagram to see stories and pictures from current and past Mines students abroad.